Just so you know, the recordings of everything are on my Erin Horton official YouTube, and you can get them all there. And I encourage you, I rewatch them, and because these messages, let's call them, are it's all about reminding you of who you already are. Yeah, reminding you of who you are now, here in this moment. So I'm really glad you're here. So even as we start, I love to do this. Let's just take a breath. And you know what I'm going to call you? I'm going to call you beautiful humans. Take a breath, beautiful humans. Because that's what you are. Still letting people in. Hi, hi. So just take a breath. Not to prepare for something, just to notice that you made it here. Why we do these is our nervous system believes you. So when we take just a moment to do this, just take a breath. Noticing is a big deal that you're here. You're signaling to your nervous system that you're good. So just feel your feet under you. Feel the chair. I've got a good chair, sofa, the bed, wherever you are right now, you are supported. Duh. But tell your body that. Your nervous system is going, okay, you are supported. You are held. You are here. So before we go anywhere today, I just want you to know you don't have to arrive differently than you did. You're not too late. You're not too early. You're right on time. And let me ask the same question I ask every single week, and I will continue. I ask myself this question all throughout the week. If I ever feel the pressure of feeling like I should be different than I am, could you allow yourself to be exactly as you are right now? Could you allow yourself to be exactly as you are right now? Because I actually think you're perfect for this moment. Yeah. I don't need to change you even a tiny little bit. Right here, right now, exactly as you are. You don't need to be fixed. You're not broken. Game changer stuff right there. I'm just saying. That's game changer stuff when we'll just be like, okay, I'm here. So I was going through a journal that I had started right at the end of last year into kind of the first few days of January, and I was reminded. Now, let me tell you, when I said not just reminded of something, I was reminded. Something that I had kind of forgotten the complexity of this word that I really didn't know how to use. And you'll understand it. It's the word safety, okay? Because we live in a world where that word has been handed around so much, used so much, weaponized so much, okay? Right? And that it almost didn't mean anything anymore, right? Or worse, it meant something small or weak or fragile. You know what I'm saying? And something that's become kind of a cultural punchline. You get me? So when I kept having this word safety come up, and we talked about it at Seek Church, and there was something in it as I went back through my journal this week, and I was reminded. It's like instead of this association where safety was weakness, safety is a retreat, safety is, this kind of softness, right? That our culture had started to roll its eyes out. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand why when God started forming this word in me at the beginning of the year, right at the end of December into the new year, I really sat with it. Because the safety I was feeling wasn't any of the things I just said, not even close. The safety I was feeling was authority. It was groundedness. It was powerful stillness, right? And I thought kind of that word had been stolen. I was like, I feel like that word's been stolen and I want it back. So we talked about it. So I'm going to just tell you how this kind of started for me. And I always look for, does anybody else look for a word for the new year? It's like, what's the prophetic word for the new year? Me, I'm like, God, you're talking to me all the time. Do we have to have something special for the new year? But I always look for it, right? And so I'm looking for that new word, and I didn't go hunting for it. I'm learned not to do that. It always comes on its own every year. Something just really special. It's like this gift, right? And when it arrives, it becomes the anchor that everything else follows. So, and this year it came differently. It wasn't like a ray of light. I wasn't in the middle of a worship service. It wasn't like this beautiful moment. No, it was like no voice from heaven. It was more like the creator quietly pointing and saying, "Look at what you're already living in. Look at what you're already abiding in. Look at what is already here." And from that, something really started to shift in me. And I found myself becoming, again, this is going to sound weird, more neutral. And in the best possible way. Neutral about success, about business, about relationships, about outcomes. Now, don't worry, this isn't passivity. That's not what I mean here, okay? But it's like I stopped white knuckling everything. You know what I'm saying? I quit, and I started to rebrand. Actually, I rebranded. I felt like who I was, what I was a part of, how I held it all. We kind of rebranded, even Seek Church, and made the choice to come on a Sunday morning. I mean, on a Saturday morning instead of a Sunday morning. Opened up a lot more availability for people, and it's that place of even within relationship, I held all of it differently. No more white looking. Yeah, right? Constantly fighting and striving helps nothing. And every single bit of it happened inside of this container of safety. So I just wanted to pass this on to you guys. And if you've heard this before, you haven't heard it like this, because I'm not re-preaching it, but I believe there's a reason why I was led to go back to this in my journal this week. And the thing is, it's not because everything all of a sudden got easier. It's not because all the problems went away that I experienced this container of safety, right? But because I stopped bracing, fighting, holding it all in. Safety didn't show up when things calmed down. This is a good one right here. Safety was the thing that let things calm down. It's not great grammar, but you get it. Safety didn't show up when things calmed down. Safety was what let things calm down. Big difference, right? I know somebody needs to hear this today, because you feel like you're kind of like being thrown around all over the place. And I'm just going to give you a lifeline today. I'm reminding you, right? So if you feel like you're just kind of out there trying to roll with the punches, that's just not fun to me. So let's feel it and experience it differently, right? So here, let me give you the definition that I've been sitting with. Not the cultural one, the real one. You ready? You know I'm going to always bring it back to what? Love, right? Safety is love settled on the inside. That's a good word. Safety is love established right here on the inside of me. And so think about what we've been building here together. If you haven't seen them all, again, shameless plug. Here I'm going to even put it in the chat. You can go to YouTube and see all of these, because there actually is kind of a method for my madness. There is kind of an order. There is a structure. I'm doing something really important here. And so week 1, we started with you are already loved. You are already loved. Week 2 was love has no mechanism for failure. 0. Week 3 was you are worthy. Yeah. As he is, sorry, you're worthy. Oh, right? That was a good one. Week 4, last week, you don't just know love conceptually, you know it in your bones. Like we get to this place where we know it. right? And the thing is safety is what all of that looks like when it starts walking around in a body. Haha, yours. That's when safety is tangible. Because a person who knows they are loved, and y'all, I mean, really knows it, doesn't panic when things shift, doesn't collapse when things get hard, doesn't abandon themselves when the pressure comes. Not because nothing is touching them, like it's not that, but because they are not collapsible, because you are the container of safety. You were created that way. Now, hear me. If at any moment you start feeling judgment or feeling like, I feel like I've been collapsing on a regular basis, what's going on here, right? If you feel that, please know that it's not love talking to you. That is an element of fear or control, which is fear, trying to say, yeah, but you're different. You didn't do this right. And we don't listen to those words, because I'm telling you, where did I start? If you got here late, I'm just saying, could you be here exactly as you are? If you didn't get that question, ask yourself right now, could I be here exactly as I am? And Aaron's saying, I can be in this world and not collapse because I'm the container. Could I arrive here exactly as I am today? Yes. Yes. Because listen, safety is not the absence of challenge. It's the absence of the inner abandonment in the midst of a challenge, the inner collapse in the midst of a challenge. So what does that actually look like? It looks like, I was trying to think really like, what does it look like in me? It looks like getting a phone call that would have wrecked me a year ago, 6 months ago. Like, it would have been a doozy. And you feel it, you really feel it, but something in you is standing. Yeah? This time you don't disappear. You don't shrink. You don't go into that death spiral. You know that emotional death spiral. I think you guys have felt it. I have. You don't abandon yourself in the middle of it. It actually looks like sitting in a conversation where someone is upset with you, and instead of shrinking or going on the defensive, you can actually just stay present. You can hear them because you're not fighting for your survival. Wow. Doesn't that feel awesome? Right? Because you're not fighting for something that you were never meant to fight, y'all. It actually looks like the business didn't close like you hoped. The deal didn't go the way you wanted it to. But yet you stayed strong. The relationship shifted. Maybe you lost a really dear friend, but yet you were able to give them the freedom to go and still be fully you, right? This is a big deal. Or the thing that you were counting on didn't come through. Grief is real. I'm not saying we never have grief. We never experience disappointment. But this time, when we realize that the container of safety is you, then the floor doesn't fall out from under you when the hard stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's love that has no mechanism for failure. Again, I've been setting you up really good each week. Yeah, it's not numbness. It's not detachment. It's not spiritual bypassing. That's kind of a new thing for me. I've been hearing it. Y'all probably already had heard that a lot, but I've been hearing it a lot over these last couple of months. And I think in the past, even how I grew up, spiritual bypassing would have looked like, well, I'm just going to confess all this away and ignore all the facts and don't ever look at how I feel. And I'm just going to fake this thing out. And I don't ever want to give the devil any credit. Okay. I learned how to be honest a long time ago, and now I can't not be. And this isn't about just ignoring what's going on, but now, instead of resisting, which causes that thing to persist I recognize who I am in the midst of it. Yeah. Why? This is the person whose identity is not on the line every time something gets hard. That is the absence of inner collapse. That is what love settled, love that can't fail, settled on the inside actually produces. And that's not weakness. Y'all, that is the most powerful thing in the room. You want to be the most powerful thing in the room, the most powerful one in the room? Just, where did we started? Could you feel the chair? Could you feel the bed? Could you just feel your feet on the ground? Could you notice that you're held? Notice that you're supported right now. So I'm going to take us, I know that usually I don't go into scripture, but I just want to take us a little bit into Psalm 91, very, very familiar passage that I want us to sit in. You may have heard it. I want you to hear it differently today. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1, right there. Notice what it does not say. It does not say, he who visits. It doesn't say, he who runs when things get bad. It doesn't say, he who hides when he's afraid. No, it says, dwells. It says, abides. Yes, this is mindfulness. It's not emergency language. It's home language. When you hear me say come home, just come home, y'all. Come home. I'm talking about come home to your identity as love. Whoa. Love that has no mechanism for failure. So the secret place is not where you retreat from life. Right? It's not where it's where you're fully engaged with life. Dwelling is not an action you perform. It's a location you realize you were already in. And every one of you are in. Just like you're in this Zoom room, you're in. Right? And then look at the shadow of the Almighty. Some of you have read that and pictured something kind of fragile, like this thin covering over you. But in scripture, that shadow means proximity. Every scripture in the original text is all about our union with God. It is proximity. It means you are close enough to be covered. It means you are not out in the open. I love that you've had this in your heart, right? Like you're not exposed. Come on. It's so good. A shadow only exists when you're close. And you're close. So let's bring this home and personal. Most of us at times may be moving through this week already bracing for the next hard thing. Can we just think about that for a second? I'm just going to take a sip of my tea while I think about that. My daddy gets up and makes me tea every morning before this. So nice. But are we thinking about the next hard thing while we're sitting here right now on a Sunday morning? Right? Are we thinking about that calendar event that we're dreading? Are we thinking about the thing? This used to be such a big deal to me. I was invited to something and I was already pre-planning how bad I was going to look because I didn't feel good in my body. Ooh, does anybody else feel me there? Oh my God, thinking about, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And I would collapse on myself. I would abandon myself before I ever got there because of my identity was locked into all the things that Aaron needed to fix. I did not come here needing to fix anything, y'all, and neither did you. You get to arrive exactly as you are. And yes, Tracy, I walk next to him. I sit next to him. I am in him. I see from his perspective. Y'all, that changes everything. Instead of bracing for the next hard thing, what about a conversation? A tough conversation. Maybe you have historical evidence that this conversation is going to be gnarly. Maybe because you've had 10 conversations with this person. They've always been bad. There hasn't been really anything beneficial come out of them. Maybe you have evidence and proof as to why you're bracing for the next one. What if we didn't create that story again? What if the story we created from this container of safety was, this is going to be different because I'm not going to collapse. The floor is not going to fall out from under me because I'm grounded. Even if in the middle of that conversation, I'm doing these exercises that I want y'all to do every day, like I'm doing them. My feet are on the ground. I feel the chair underneath me. I'm supported. I don't need to be supported from that person. I'm supported right now. And your nervous system begins to believe you. The more I do this every day, all day long. I don't make a big display about it, but all day long. I have an area where I sit usually and I work, and Dad's usually in the same room with me, and he rarely knows when I'm doing this. But I'll just take 15 seconds. I'll feel the chair. I'll feel my feet on the floor. I'll just close my eyes for a second. I'll let my body and my nervous system know you're supported. You're safe. Come on. Right? Or here's another one. There's a decision sitting on you that feels way heavier than it should. You feel like there's a lot in the balance here. Here's another one. There's a bill coming up that you cannot cover right now. You don't have it. I remember the last time that I collapsed, the last time that I did it, but I sat with it. I let myself feel all the feels, and something happened to me when I was done. I was done abandoning myself in the middle of the hard thing. And I've never had that experience come up again. The instinct, the very human instinct, right, is to get somewhere safe fast. Hide, get somewhere safe. To get the anxiety down, right? The circumstances right. Get yourself together. Figure it out. Then engage. But that's not how this works. You don't get safe and then show up to your life. This is another good one. You show up to your life from safety. But guys, this is why we're here today. I really felt like this was important because you needed to know that you can practice this practice this with me on a Saturday morning, then in a couple hours, practice it again, then practice it again. Then in about 3 days, if something were to get a little challenging, you've already practiced being the container of safety, right? Not from works or striving. It just is from I don't know why that needed to sound like a chicken, but it did. Reminding me, which means this week, that meeting, that conversation, that decision, I don't have to brace for it. I can walk into it from here, from your peace, from your love, from your joy, abiding, right? Because y'all, safety is not hiding. And here's what I want to be really clear about. Because I think this is where we can get a little confused sometimes. It's not hiding. It's not shrinking your life down so nothing can touch you. Safety is not building walls so high that you never have to feel anything again. I mean, if you grew up like I did, in kind of the church world, we didn't talk a lot about being authentic. We talked the right talk. We made the right confession. We quoted the scripture. We did the worship. We did all the things, but we didn't really go into what was happening in here. So you have all these people around you collapsing, and then we learned. Then we got that book, Boundaries, and we started building boundaries. We live in a world that is leaned into boundaries. And I'm not against it. Boundaries have their place. But somewhere along the way, the goal became keep everything out that could hurt me. Build the walls high enough, protect yourself carefully enough, and eventually you'll feel safe. But guess what? Safety never came. Never came. And a lot of us have tried that, and we still don't feel safe. That's because That's not where safety lives. It's not in the walls, it's not in the boundary. Safety is not what happens when you've successfully kept everything dangerous at a distance. Daniel, there you go. Safety is unconditional love rooted in our hearts. Safety is what you carry in with you when you walk into the dangerous thing, when you walk into the hard thing, when you have the hard phone call. It is the unconditional love. How is your unconditional? Yeah? Like it is the unconditional knowing I don't feel safe because nothing can touch me. I feel safe because I know who I am. You feel safe because you know who you are. And that doesn't change based on what you walked into. You're the walker. You're the safety. That's the difference. Not I protected myself from that, but I showed up into that and I didn't lose myself. Y'all. I mean, are you feeling this? Does somebody need this today? Because I really felt like I really was like, where do I want to go today with this? Yeah, I'm looking at the chat now. Being reminded of the easy yoke. Yes, the rhythm of rest while plowing the field. Come on, Shane. Yeah, like that secret place is the next to him. It is the in him. It's the him and me, the me and him, right? It's that place of what is this called? Where are we? Encounter. But guess what? Encounter isn't just a moment. Encounter isn't just a section. It isn't just a moment in time. No, the encounter is you. What did we talk about last week? You are the encounter. You're the walking, living, breathing encounter. There you are. Come on. Be of good cheer, for love has overcome. Not succumb to it. That's the difference, right? No, I protected myself from all this bad, icky, yucky world stuff. No, I showed up into that and I didn't lose myself. Could you just let your body and your nervous system know, I'm not going to lose myself this week. I'm not going to collapse. I don't have to. I don't have to. And looking again at Psalm 91, it doesn't pretend that danger doesn't exist. It names it: snares, pestilence, terrible night. Obviously not language that we use, but you know how those things have felt, right? And then it says something powerful. It says, you will not fear. Not because nothing is coming, but because you live in a world with no arrows. No, there's arrows all over the place. But because fear no longer runs your nervous system. Y'all know I'm talking about the nervous system all the time. Because it's the one thing that I haven't been talking about for years. And that's why so many of us, we've had the incredible moments. We had the revelation. We had some incredible things happen, but our nervous system was still operating on our core deepest belief, and we were still in a fight we didn't even know we were in. And we didn't have the tools to be able to stop the body war, stop the mind war, to get out of it. So now it's okay. Now, we're not coming in here needing to be fixed, needing to be redone. No, because you're not broken. And that's not hiding. That's freedom. That's the most anchored, available, present version of yourself walking directly into whatever is in front of you. So again, is there anything from this week that you feel yourself kind of being like, that subtle, like, oof, that's okay. This is what I want. I want for us today, this week, this month, this year. I want you to know that the safest people in the room are not the most protected. They are the most anchored. But you just have to understand that you are protected. That's it. You just didn't have to raise it all up yourself. If you're anchored in that safety, in that unconditional love that has no mechanism for failure. Why? Week 1, because you're already loved. You're worthy. You are worthy of unconditional love. That anchor right there, the anchored people don't hide. They show up fully without bracing. And so, listen, I'm going to say it again. Safety is not situational. It is who you are because love is who you are. Beingness. I don't know if I made that up, probably, but y'all have heard me say it a lot. Your beingness. Who is Aaron? Okay, I could list a lot of things, of all the things that maybe you know me from or whatever, but my beingness. That Aaron, the container of safety, is not situational. Can't be. Man, it's who you are because love is who you are. It's who I am because love is who I am. Love is not just what I say or do or perform or sing about. No, it's who I am. It means safety is not something I build around myself. It's something I already am. Why? Because of my union with God. Yeah, feeling love in my heart and mind right now. Come on, me too. You guys feel that? I love it. Why? Because we let ourselves just show up. And I ask you the question, could you be exactly as you are without needing to fix one thing? Could you be exactly as you are? Because of your union with the Creator of the universe, Spirit, right? Situational safety says, I feel safe because things are going good, things are going well. I understand it. Love says, I am safe because of who I am and where I exist. Your circumstances change, your beingness doesn't. That is why I said safety is love settled on the inside. And I just wanted to say, I mentioned earlier how I had begun to understand more a neutrality, what it felt like to not have these up and down, and which comes from judgment, this good, this bad, this evil, this not evil, this light, this dark, blah, 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 all this stuff. But there's this realm, this creative realm of God that does not need judgment, this creative realm of God where there's just divine inspiration and divine just ideas and creativity, and it's not limited by me putting it in the container of right? Like, no, it's where I can live in the midst of me, which is in the midst of Him, where there's nothing but unlimited possibility, right? So even the things that may have super hyped me up in the past season are cool. They're cool. It's all good. It's cool. But I'm not even experiencing the highs, because what do you have to have in order for something to be a high? You have to have the comparison, the low. What if we live in this realm of safety? Y'all, this is really good. It might be a little bit deep for a Saturday morning, but I just believe that we're all here because we were supposed to. And when that becomes not just a belief, but a felt reality in your body, you stop needing the outside world to perform safety for you. Ooh. Yeah. You become the container. You already were. You were already the container. I did not give you now your container privileges. Aaron did not invite you here today to give you your free pass into the world of being the container of safety. No, you already had it within you. What did I do? I came here to remind you of who you already showed up with. You became the container. Wherever you go, safety walks in with you. This. Who needed this today? I did. I got all my toes raised too. Seriously. So here's that. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. This is one of my favorite things about what we're building here. Okay, you ready for this? This is so good. The container of safety is portable. It doesn't belong to a building. It doesn't require proximity to the right people. It doesn't need a certain environment or a certain format or a Sunday morning. Guess what? We are here quite literally from all over the world. I mean, all the time zones. Well, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. And guess what? It didn't need a format because what? It lives in you. I'm going to take it further. It doesn't just live in you, it lives as you. Yeah, it starts from within, Tracy. Which means you walk into a hard conversation. I'm saying this over and over again because you're going to experience this week. I promise you, guys, if you'll just be as you are, can I be exactly as I am? Can I just be a receiver? Yeah. Can I be reminded of who I actually am? What's going to happen is you're going to walk into that hard conversation. I'm not promising you're not going to have any hard conversations, but you're not bracing for it now. And you recognize that peace walked in with you. And all of a sudden you sit down in a meeting where someone is anxious and stability walks in with you. Whoa. They could be anxious all day long. They could have stress, anxiety, all the things. But you walk in with stability and you change the atmosphere. You walk into your own home at the end of a difficult day and guess who walks in with you? Unconditional love. Because you walked in. You're not waiting for the environment to feel safe. You're bringing safety into every environment you are ever in. Every one of them. That is leadership. That's why when I think about how that word, right, you guys see what I'm saying? Like safety has kind of been stolen from us. If you look at it the way it's been interpreted over these last few years, it felt kind of weak and, oh, I need to be in my safe place. And I'm not trying to make fun of that. I'm saying if we don't know who we are, then we will look for something exterior to fulfill that place that we're supposed to already be walking in. That's leadership. That's authority. That is what a love-settled person looks like from the outside. Does that feel good? Oh my gosh. It feels so good to me. I won't go too much longer. But I just want to, let's do a somatic anchor. Somatic just has to do with the body. We're just reminding our body, right, of things that you know. I didn't give you anything that you did not know today. Maybe you're going to be able to walk it out a little bit different now, that's so stinking fun for me. That's always my goal, right? My goal is to remind you of how freaking awesome you are. That's my goal in life. What's my goal in life? That's it right there. So let's do something together. Just a moment. So close your eyes if it's comfortable. If it's not, no biggie. But just feel the ground under your feet. Could you just feel the ground under your feet? Feel the chair beneath you, the bed beneath you. Again, simply notice you are supported. Just notice. That word notice is one of your most powerful tools. Take one breath, not to get somewhere, just to notice where you already are. Now just notice right now, are you bracing or tightening anywhere? You're just noticing your body. By now you might not be, but just notice, is there anywhere in your jaw, in your shoulders, in your chest, in your stomach, are you bracing for the hard thing? And it's okay. You don't have to fix it, just notice it. Because listen, your nervous system has been doing that job for a really long time. It's been scanning, watching for threat, trying to keep you safe the only way it knew how. So we're teaching our nervous system a new way of living. And now gently just say within yourself, I am not defending myself against life. Just say again, I'm not defending myself against life. I am dwelling in love. I am dwelling in God. I am abiding as the container of safety. Ooh. I'm under the shadow, not because I'm afraid, but because I belong. Now just let your shoulders drop a little. Let your jaw soften. Let your breath settle. And just say, I am not reaching for safety. I am standing in it. I'm going to take it further. I am standing as the container of safety. I am here, abiding as the container of safety. And when you're ready, bring your eyes back. This safety is portable. You're going to carry that with you all week. All week. I want to close with this because I think it's really important. Safety is not the end of the story. It's the beginning. It doesn't end in retreat. Safety doesn't stop adventure. We may talk about that next week, the adventure. What does it look like to take this into the adventure? It's what makes adventure possible. Because you're not entering the next season braced, shielded. No, you're entering it anchored, curious, free. Perfect love doesn't remove responsibility, it removes fear. And from that place, you can face anything. A safe people can face anything. A grounded people do not panic. A people supplied from within are free to walk boldly into whatever comes. Oh my gosh. Just say this with me. I dwell, I do not visit. I abide, I do not strive. Safety is not hiding. It is where I live. I'm not reaching for it. I'm standing in it. I am safe in my beingness. Use my word. I am held in love. And if you know me, I am perfect for this moment. You should say that one again. I am perfect for this moment. Hear me, Pastor Becky, Jim, Daniel, Lorraine, Mary, Ed, Vicky, Tracy, Christine, Shane, Kareem, Julie, Susan, Terry. You are perfect for this moment. And guess what? In 5 minutes, you are perfect for this moment. In 2 hours, you're perfect for this moment. In 2 weeks, you're perfect for this moment. That's how it is, y'all. That's how it is. So that's it. That's it. And listen, I have to say, because I love what I do. I love what I do. I'm so blessed to do what I do. If something inside of you said yes, if this felt more than just a concept, like something you want to actually live from, there's a place to go deeper in it. I'm opening my next round of You're Not Broken soon. 9-week container where we take everything we've touched on today and actually build it into your life, your body, your relationships, your everyday. And if you want to know if it's a right fit for you, book a clarity call with me. I'll put the link in here. You can book a call with me and I'll tell you all about it. It's beautiful. But I can't not tell you about this incredible, beautiful container. There are people here that have walked through it and it's awesome. But here's the deal. Are you guys ready for this week? Yeah, it was so good, right, Mary? Come on. Let's step into the next hour different. And just all you have to do is notice. If you ever feel that slight tinge of, just notice the chair. You're going to be like, wow, Erin's got me feeling all the chairs. Feel the chairs, y'all. Notice that you're supported. All right, that's it. I love you. You're the best. Thank you for being here with me today. And we'll be here again. I know I talked about maybe changing the time, but I'm not. We're just going to stay here. We're going to stay consistent. And if you miss it, you can watch the YouTube. Obviously, I've made this to where really anybody with any kind of belief can be a part of this and encounter love. You know what I'm doing? Y'all see what I'm doing here? So share this with somebody that you just think needs to be encouraged this week. I'll post it. It'll probably be a little bit later today, but I'll post it on YouTube. You'll get it in your Wednesday email. If you're not getting the emails, just register. I think most of you guys are getting the emails, but you can get the reminder and all that. All right. Y'all have the best day, and I will see you on the flip